Yes, Ned Fulmer's post-cheating scandal comeback started yesterday with a People-exclusive interview, a TMZ story, and a podcast announcement. This morning, he and Ariel essentially did self-guided couples therapy as the premiere episode for his new show, Rock Bottom. And I watched it, so you don't have to if you don't want to. The episode started with Ned acknowledging his wife guy persona and apologizing to the fans. And then we get into the interview that kind of starts a little awkwardly. Obviously, they've kind of been in hiding for the past 3 years now, and although they've both moved on, if the last anyone ever saw of you was your scandal, of course, it's kind of hard to completely move forward. Ned and Ariel say that they've been separated since the scandal. She did not forgive him. All they've been doing is maintaining a friendship for the sake of their kids. Yes, they go on trips together. Yes, they were spotted together at the Taylor Swift concert. They are not romantic partners whatsoever. Ariel then gets into how the scandal went down from her perspective, and she actually found out from fans. Fans sent her the photos of Ned and Alex together on their work trip in New York, and she was so blindsided that she didn't even know what she was seeing. She thought that Alex was Ned's sister. It wasn't until he picked her up from the airport that she confronted him about the photos again, and he admitted that yes, he was having an affair with his producer Alex. And she made him turn the car around and take her back to the airport. Queen. And this is an interesting part of the podcast because Ned says that he didn't realize until that moment how badly he'd been hurting her. And she's like, you really didn't realize that until then? But he'd just been compartmentalizing it and justifying it in his head the entire time. Yes, he felt guilty and ashamed, but it wasn't enough to ever stop him. That being said, admitting to the affair effectively transferred that shame and guilt onto Ariel. Now he felt relieved because the secret was out and she felt guilt and shame. You can definitely tell that there are still a lot of emotions here. Ariel cries just thinking about their old life and what a lie it was. Meanwhile, Ned's just kind of awkwardly apologizing, and it's just uncomfortable. The whole cheating situation was compounded by the fact that all of this went down publicly. They talked about people following them and waiting outside of their house. They also talked about that infamous paparazzi video where they were both smiling and kind of seemed like they might work it out. So the real story is that they were actually coming out of couples therapy when that video was taken. They drove together because why wouldn't they? And when they got out of the appointment, they were so overwhelmed by the amount of people there. Like multiple people were waiting outside of the therapist office with cameras. And when you're caught off guard like that, you don't know what to do, so you just smile. So it made it look like things were a lot better than they actually were. It made it look like they might be reconciling, but no. Ariel told Ned pretty quickly after finding out about the affair that there was no way they could rebuild. Moving forward, it sounds like Ned's podcast is going to be kind of interview style, talking to other people who have hit rock bottom and asking them how they got out of it. Ariel doesn't want to be an influencer anymore. She doesn't want to restart her podcast. She's actually starting her pottery business, and that's how we're going to see her moving forward. But I actually found the episode very interesting. Not the beginning part where Ned was just sitting there apologizing, but hearing it from Ariel's perspective was very enlightening. And I agree that there was no way that Ned could possibly return to the internet without addressing this directly. Did this interview make him look good or maybe change minds about how he's perceived? I don't really think so. You can look at the comments of the interview and let me know if you're seeing something that I'm not. Honestly, he didn't even really say much. It was just kind of weird. But I don't really think that the point of it was to make everyone like him again. I think it was just necessary, first of all, for Ariel to be able to move on and do what she wants to do. And Ned's fans can choose to support him again or not, you know?